Who is Ryan Day? 3 things to know. He's giving up personal space in favor of a fireplace, TVs, and couches that will constitute a player's lounge. He wants to encourage That's probably not a sentiment Woody Hayes, the gruff coach who won 13 Big Ten titles in Columbus, would have endorsed. But there's a new Bach win. Here are 3 more things to know about Day as he succeeds another Buckeyes coaching great in Urban Meyer. 1. Where he's from. Wikipedia lists hundreds of notable people from New Hampshire, from painter Eric Aco to Don Zimmer, the 38th mayor of Hoboken, NJ. Day, 40, grew up in Manchester, was named the state's Gatorade Player of the Year as a quarterback and defensive back, set 4 career passing records at UN and still hasn't made the list. Knowing Day and his Adam. Day played for Kelly at UN and later coached under him for the Eagles in 2015. After a year with the Ryan. A recent USA Today story carried the headline Coach. The late Meyer would not have put it like that. He. 2. His coaching style. Day has to tiptoe a delicate line. He is extremely. Meyer went 83-9 at Ohio State, won a national title and a Rose Bowl and dominated Michigan, going 7-0. Day needs to put his own stamp on the program in the shadow of Meyer, who is remaining at Ohio State as an assistant athletic director. His office will be. Day said he would be crazy not to continue to use Meyer as a resource. So how will his style differ? It's a thorny quest. In a recent profile by Yahoo Sports, Pete Timmel, the author described Day as energetic. James Laurinaitis, a 3-time All-America linebacker for Ohio State 2006-08, put it like this: Urban Laurinaitis, who remains tapped into the program as a Big Ten network analyst, said Day has told him In the end, Day said, Day said he can tolerate mistakes. 3. The challenge ahead. Day served as the Buckeyes interim coach for 3 games last fall, while Meyer was suspended for his handling of domestic abuse allegations involving assistant coach Zach Smith. The Buckeyes pasted Oregon State and Rutgers and survived on a neutral field against TCU. They averaged 5th. Meyer said Day's genius lies in his ability to tailor the offense to the skill set of the quarterback. JT Barrett was primary. Dwayne Haskins was a pure passer, and the Buckeyes dominated the conference in every team passing stat last season. They also averaged. Day is already crushing it on the recruiting trail. His 2020 everyone. Therein lies the challenge. Day has everything he needs to win big, having retained all of the key behind-the-scenes staffers, all of the cogs in Meyer's machine. Now he has to satiate a relentless fan base. See 2019 The Chicago Tribune. Visit the Chicago Tribune at www.chicagotribune.com. Distributed by Tribune Content Agency, LLC. Related slideshow ranking new FBS coaches provided by Yard Barker.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.